Hello. Hello and good afternoon or good morning or good evening, depending on where you are. Happy Saturday for everyone, I guess. It is another day, another Lord of Change day. He's still nice and bright. Oh, I think there's a bit too much water in my wet palette. Ew. Ew. Ew, David. I should change my water out, really. Not perfect, but better than nothing. Tickly nose. Oh, dog knocking over bottles. This is weird. Better. That is still really manky. Let's give that another proper rinse. Note to self, do not drink the old paint water. Fresh paint water is bad enough. Rebel Crash, thank you very, very much. He is, yeah, he's getting there, I guess. He's very large. And so far, he's been really fun to paint. I want to get him a little bit more vibrant. But he's cool and he's fun. So I am not complaining. I washed my hair earlier, and I always have it after I've washed my hair. My face always feels really tingly. Don't drink the paint water? I know, right? I should really put, like, do not drink on my, Good day, sir. Good day, sir. Okay. I think I have an idea of what I want to do. It's funny how when you step away from a model for a bit and then come back to it later on, you look at it with sort of like fresh eyes and it looks different, and it's, yeah, makes you, but all the flavors. Yeah, but the new Nuln Oil doesn't taste anywhere near as good as the old Nuln Oil. Afternoon, Painter, how are you? How's it going? Is your work still enjoyable? Oh, come on, I feel like I've got like... I don't really want to squeeze this bottle because it's going to go everywhere, I think, but this one is slightly thicker than the other ones, and it's... I don't want it to go anywhere. It's all good. I'm glad. Oh, thank you, Alex. Thank you for the refund. Oh my god, 6 months. Just doing chores today. That can be quite nice because it's like... It's pretty good to feel like the house looks nice after you've done them. I need to scoot over slightly. And move my light by the looks of it. Getting out of the way so you can chill the rest of the long weekend. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like I should have done more today, but I also really didn't want to do any. Yesterday I de-iced a freezer, which is possibly one of the worst chores in the entire house. Really, really hate doing that, but it really, really needed doing. Because I pulled the drawer out completely to clean just a drawer, and it wouldn't go back in. I was like, oh, really don't have any way to avoid this now. I really have to clean it. the ice it. But yeah, that was not fun. But that also felt like I'd done my fair share of horrible tasks for the weekend, which is a bit silly, really, because all the normal tasks are still there. So, you'll be lurking. Thank you so much. Thank you for the lurk and thank you for the resub. What is everyone else doing today? Anyone up to no good? Or up to lots of good, which is also an option. I had a first play with my new airbrush last night or yesterday evening. It is very scary. Trying to decide on what hobby thing you want to work on this morning. That is a tricky question. What are the options? But yeah, very exciting new airbrush. But it's also my first real airbrush. I find it a little bit intimidating. You're mentally preparing yourself for student party this evening. Oh no. Why are you doing this to yourself? Also, hello. So much, so many options. Oh no. Mercifully, won't be the oldest person there, but it's still going to be weird. Yeah. I think you work some green stuff on your newest conversion. That sounds fun. There's something immensely satisfying about green stuff. It's a friend's birthday, she's turning 21. Ah, yeah, then that's kind of... You can't really avoid all the other students. I thought you were specifically going to, like, a university party or something. But no, if it's just a birthday party, then I understand. You make a Night Goblin version of Prince of Mononoke. Oh, that's amazing. I am really curious to see how that goes. Technically, as mountain goblins in warm fantasy. If they're wolf riders, yeah, I suppose. Still, though. A wolf rider is a wolf rider, right? So. You're also desperately trying not to buy all the texture rollers. I know, right? They look so fun. But I've literally never used one, so I feel like it's kind of... like, I don't need them, but I want them. Like, my crazy little loot goblin dragon hoarder brain wants me to buy them all. Sovereign hobby, never need anything. No, I know. I know. But like, I feel like the last 6 months, I don't really know what's going on with my money, but it's not staying in my bank account. I'm not even spending all that much money, but it's just flying out. I don't really understand where it's going. You need all the things, exactly. So you think they have something you can 3D print? Will they still roll? Yeah, they will. It's just someone. I really want to get some like castle ruins, because I am doing a commission for my brother and he has asked me to paint like a minotaur. It's a 3D print, a sculpt by, I think his name is DM Stash on my mini factory. And this is what I tested my airbrush on yesterday. It is such a cool model. And technically he comes with a sculpted base, but I kind of want to make my own base for it. Yeah, I need to get like big, exactly, labyrinth time. Yeah, it's such cool. This sculpt pack comes with 3 different ones. There's one with an axe and one with a massive sword, I think, as well. But my brother wanted the least violent one, the one that's most likely to be like mythology accurate. So he's just carrying a massive block of, well, labyrinth, I guess. It's an absolutely stunning sculpt, and it came out beautiful on the print. Like, it's got tiny scars and things, and there's even a scar over its eye. I don't know if you can really see it if it wants to focus on that. Yeah, you can sort of see it there. It's stunning. Really, really, really nice model, so that will be probably the next thing that I work on. But yeah, very exciting. Very exciting. Yeah, I need to get him to tell me what he actually wants me to do with it, besides the make him like Greek olive toned skin and darker fur and stuff. But yeah, he went, I think in mythology he has red eyes, but I'm not sure. I'll have to research that. So okay, tell me, because that's kind of important to know what eye color he wants him. Yeah. But yeah, absolutely stunning model. Very excited to paint that. But I have this stunning model to finish first, which is also very exciting. And I'm just trying to work out how best to get the wings to be more vibrant, because I'm pretty sure I need Byron to give me a dry brushing lesson, because for some reason, no matter how well I follow the Artis Opus dry brushing technique instructions, I always end up with a slightly powdery paint on eyes. So many eyes. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'll get all of this will be like probably gold, I imagine, the little thingies on the wings, but yeah, it needs something, and I haven't quite decided what yet. I think I'll add a little bit of this ridiculous green maybe to the tips in some areas, glaze that on, because that green is just so good. But every time I dry brush, I get a slightly, like, even if the brush is damp and the paint it doesn't touch kitchen roll or anything like that, it still ends up looking slightly dusty. And I want it to be like, whoa. Zines go nuts. Yeah. Say that 10 times quickly. Zines go nuts. Zines, oh Jesus. I need some brown. Do I need brown? Yeah, I kind of do. Let's go with this. Varnish will fix it, you reckon? Even a matte varnish? How do you guys take your paint out of the paint pot? Do you do like me and use the back of your paintbrush? Or do you use like a little scooper or something? Or do you go in like a savage just with the bristles? Oh, jeez, this screaming skull is horrendous. You use a sculpting tool. That's fair. Other than using more water in the brush or perhaps a bit of paint, that might be an option. Some paint medium. Yeah, exactly. The savage until you swap to Pro Acryl and you get the little tub. I've got a lot of I've got some Pro Acryl, not a lot. I have a lot of Army Painter, which I'm also very happy with, but not an awful lot of Army Painter normal acrylics yet. Most of it is speed paint, so I'm working on adding more, but it's a slow process. Because paints are expensive. I also realized the other day that I don't actually have like a vibrant magenta. You have literal hundreds of Citadel paints. Yeah, we're probably not 100, but not far off that. Many moons of the hobby, yeah. It adds up quickly, doesn't it? 147 last time, you can't afford to place them all. No, the paints themselves are fine, it's the pots that are stupid. I have no issue with Citadel paints personally. I just wish the pots wouldn't be so stupid. But I guess they want to make money, so they have absolutely no reason to make the pots any better, so. You can buy the same color literally years apart. You say that, but Nivian literally picked up 2 of the same blues yesterday. I don't know which ones they were. Let me just have a look. Because it was it? Probably the Lothern blue. I mean, these are the same. I can't tell as well in the, let me see if I can get the light on them slightly better. Your test print was a success? Ah! Was it Lothern blue, Niv, the ones that you picked up yesterday? Cause yeah, you can't really tell very well on the, on camera, but, oh no, here you go. It was Calador Sky, 2 Calador Skies, and they are completely different. Which I suppose it doesn't really show very well on camera, but I promise you they are very different. Yeah, they are very different. And I guess it's to do with like one being newer and paint having dried out slightly possibly, or in the other one, but still it's funny how different they are. Reform, yeah, exactly. Show you the labels. So they're different formulas, but like, ooh, Christ. But that shouldn't happen, right? To me, I feel morning Degamat, right? I feel like this shouldn't be a thing. You shouldn't have that much of a color variant in your technically the same paint. Because if you're painting an army and many years later you want to add something to that army and it looks completely different, that is upsetting if you have a specific recipe. Tiring week, but you're determined to do cool stuff today. Nice. What cool stuff are you going to do? Yeah, you can. They are slightly different. They are a different set. Plant your last plant cups for some metal. Yeah, they're different. They're different formulas, but if they're branded as the same paint, then you shouldn't have that much of a difference, in my opinion anyway. I feel like that's horrendous if you're painting an army with the color scheme and try and come back to it a couple of years later to add something new to it, and all of a sudden the paint looks completely different. Oof. Did we get from Games Workshop or a third party? Always through. Thank you so much for the follow, Roboin. Roboin? Roboin? Normally from third party resellers, just hobby stores. We try to support the local hobby shops, so. We repot some of the houseplants. Oh, nice. From exchange, since they moved to a new factory, all the Games Workshop stores sent back there. Oh, okay. Yeah, but like, what if you've started your army 10 years ago with the old formula, right? And suddenly games, it doesn't really matter that they it just seems so crazy to me that no, you're fine. I'm more thinking about like thought process in Games Workshop headquarters. Like, why do the paints not look the same? You'd think that someone who's been doing the hobby for many years would want to have the same results using the same colors of paints. I get that formulas change, obviously. That is just progression and development and stuff. It's just how things go. But it'd be nice if the actual color palette didn't change. No thought other than propping up the share price. Yeah, that is, unfortunately, I've heard that before. Hence the whole, the type of pot is never going to change. They're always going to be terrible pots because it encourages people to buy more paints because the paints will dry out in the lid and just waste a lot of paint. Wes was talking about it at that class, so if you're planning on an army to buy more paint, then you need to avoid any reformulation issues later on. Yeah, that's correct. He did say that. So if you do want to add more yeah, to make sure to buy enough for any future work as well. Paint FOMO, yeah. Like, ah, no. I love paint. I get very excited over paint, and I know that's a little bit crazy and like of all the things to get excited about, why paint? But they make me very happy, and I love the like collection that you can build, and it's a bit of a dragon hoarder kind of situation, and I do get that, but I looked the other day, and the shelves that we bought when we built the garage, they don't do those anymore on Amazon. Not unless I want to pay 65 quid for one, which is a little bit crazy. Because I thought 49 was quite a lot for each. So I'm going to have to come up with a new version of paint storage to add more shelves, because yeah, we have got a lot of paints, which is very nice. Very, very nice. I would quite happily buy every single paint on the market and be deliriously happy and never be able to use any of it. Or all of it, rather. Like, test them all out. And you know that creature? It was in a Space Marines 2 video game. My Zinch is looking Zinchy. He is looking quite Zinchy, isn't he? He is, he's very fun. I mean, I wouldn't want to come across him if I met him in the wild, but... met him in the wild. Oh god, no. Don't play it. Lots of my friends did. Nurgle, maybe. You'd want to meet Nurgle? I don't know. I'd rather not get like all poxy and... No. Slaanesh, maybe? Khorne? You could have a beer with Khorne. I don't know enough about the lore to make like an educated decision on who I wouldn't mind meeting. I think it would be a bad time regardless of who you meet. She would rip your parts off, yeah, probably would. And you'd love every second of it, unfortunately. Or she would anyway. They're all horrible. If you're seeing them, you're probably about to die. Yeah. We watched the new Horus Heresy trailer last night or the night before, and I'm just watching this horrible, horrible war. People literally getting vaporized, tanks driving around. And like, oh my god, what is this? It is honestly the worst, worst kind of universe that anyone has ever invented. It's fucking horrible. Pardon my French. It's all bloody awful. Rushtails, hello! How are you? Nothing like a snuggle on Horus Heresy, no, exactly. We do watch most of our hobby videos and stuff in bed, which is... It's my favourite time of the day. Watch like hobby videos and be snug and toasty. It is the ultimate relaxation. And usually I fall asleep. So anything that I am desperate to see the end of. You're doing good? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Are you working on anything at the moment? Anything hobby related? Or you just enjoy watching it? Have a calm night and watch some Necrons torment humanity. Yeah, exactly. No, we like our little hobby videos. So we try and watch the videos that I actually want to see in their entirety. We try and watch those over dinner instead. So that I don't miss 40% of them. You did, yeah. Look, babe. Robot dog. Like, oh, this guy is really cute. Look what he has. Like, oh, God. One from a streamer that I was in. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I do like to check out my fellow streamers. We all support each other as much as we can, I think, on a hobby Twitch. You're working on Skin Tone? Oh, nice. Is that Ghibli music? It is a lo-fi version of Ghibli music. I've got this is a lo-fi playlist of of video games, I think. But sometimes it likes to pull in different songs, strangely enough. It's supposed to just do video games, but apparently we're pulling in Princess Mononoke. You're working on skin tone, but you stripped the paint twice already. Why are you stripping? Because normally things can be recovered, surely, or just add more layers on top. What are you struggling with specifically? Is it not looking natural, or is it not the skin tone that you were looking for, or... Was a brush mark? Ah. Yeah, brush marks not ideal. What brand brushes are you using? I've always been quite happy using synthetic brushes until I started to get more more precise with my painting, and more thin coats, thinner coats. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Artis Opus, that's interesting. Interesting that it's giving you brush marks. The paint is a local brand, super new and watery. Okay. So 16,000 coats. How are you doing, Cobus? You alright? Bonk. Thank you for the bonk, Celica. You alright? How are you doing? Just woke up, might paint. Very nice. That sounds excellent. You did good? I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, not too bad. I'm painting, so that is always a positive to me anyway. Still a lot to do on this model, and every time I look at it I think, oh, I missed a bit, or oh, I still need to do that. So there's quite a lot going on. It's such a big model. It's so good though. The sculpt is amazing. Before you get to the awesome, you just got your hot water. Fantastic. Did not realize it was out, but having no hot water is awful, so I'm very happy for you. To the dishes! I've got to go. Thank you so much. No, still no knives. Thank you. I hope you have a good day, Cobus. Thank you for hanging out for a bit. Thank you. Apologies, I moved my camera earlier because it was... Well, I must have knocked it when I was in here yesterday. And I thought I put it back in the correct position, but I must have not quite. Because I am slightly farther to the right than I normally am. Which isn't a problem necessarily, but I just have to remember to sit slightly further to the right. Because otherwise my model will be behind my face. No knives for me, that reminds me. A new friend who didn't really know me. It was the first time he was at a party where you were and it involved food prep. Oh dear. I don't know if I can mirrored. I can paint a picture of it on my finger. There we are. Beautiful. I'm scared to hear now where this is going to go. Food prep and a new acquaintance. Seems to be a more robust bandage than Wednesday's. It's just a plaster with a bit of tape around it. Same thing I had on Wednesday. It was the first day actually that I've showered without... I know, right? It's crazy. Like, oh, two of me. I showered without a glove on today. And he decided to take the knife from you, feeling you were incapable of managing it. I thought he was joking. He did not return the knife. The Lion, the Witch, the audacity of this Bayard. Yeah. E.T. Telefon, casa.
I'm not a shrimp.
Thank you. Cat hair on my model, which is crazy considering the cat has never even been in this room. So, what happened next? Did you, like, get the knife back, or how? Because that to me, that just sounds insane. Standing there, knife, just looking at my wife. You're a martial artist, a metal worker, and a cook. What just happened? Going to the hot dog restaurant that has a hot dog with macaroni and cheese with Fruit Loops on top. Fruit Loops on top of a hot dog? Like a hot dog and macaroni cheese, I feels like overkill, but I can get that. That doesn't sound super offensive, but the Fruit Loops on top of it, that makes me wanna. I don't know. That just. I don't wanna shit in anyone's proverbial cereal, but that sounds hideous. I'd be happy to be proved wrong, though. Where's this place? I'm calling the police. You just showed, where you come off to people as harmless, can't complain, don't want to be viewed as dangerous. Well, yeah. But the audacity of someone to just take your knife off you is like, excuse me? I am a grown adult, thank you very much. I can... If I want to cut myself, I'll cut myself. Accidentally, obviously. No one, do any of that on purpose, please. That's not... do not want to encourage that. Siege would love it, yeah. Happy dog in Cleveland, Ohio. I mean, it sounds happy, but I don't know if it would be tasty, necessarily. Sounds like someone had a great time coming up with that menu item. It's like, oh my god, I wonder if they'll actually order this if we put it on the menu. Sits there cackling. We do have a burger made into a hot dog. And a banana on the bun with peanut butter and jam. See, I get that. Banana on the bun with peanut butter and jam. That's fine. I get that. It's a very Elvis thing as well, I think. I like banana and honey and cinnamon on bread. Which I know sounds insane to some people, but I think it's absolutely delicious. Oh, that's fair, okay. I also like peanut butter and cucumber on a sandwich, and especially if I have some sambal to hand, like the spicy Indonesian condiment. Add that in with peanut butter and then put slices of cucumber on top of that. Or peanut butter with chocolate powder on it. It was also very good, like Nesquik. Or peanut butter with Demerara sugar, the crunchy sugar on top. Grilled Nutella with honey is good. Oh god, that sounds good. Sounds dangerous as well, to be fair. I still don't understand, Degermad, how you didn't... I probably would have lost my shit, to be honest, if someone took my knife off me and went like, "No, you're, I don't trust you with a knife." Like, dude. You really have to stop yourself from making more than one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get that. I'm also very much for adding butter onto your bread before putting Nutella on, which I know is mental, considering how much fat and sugar is already in it. I also actually really like the little version of Nutella. It costs about half of normal Nutella, but it's a bit more chocolatey. It's like a chocolate hazelnut spread rather than normal hazelnut spread. You must shower before you defile yourself with unholy hot dog creations. Enjoy your shower, enjoy your unholy hot dog creation. I won't knock it until I try it, but it doesn't sound super appealing to me. You think that if you were in Daggermat's shoes, words would have been had with that individual? Yeah. I feel much the same. I think I would have been less than impressed. Because despite evidence to the contrary, I'm quite capable of chopping vegetables without injuring myself. Okay. Yeah, I would have been very upset if someone decided for me that you can't have a knife. Like, excuse you? Who do you think you are? Yeah, there's something super condescending about taking a knife from someone's hand. Man, I need to buy some magenta. You don't see them anymore. No, I'm not surprised. Somehow. Somehow not surprised in the least. Just a funny experience. Yeah, I mean, it's a surprise, that's for sure. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Let's go squirrel. Yeah, that kind of story really makes me like wonder what goes on in some people's heads. Like, in what kind of scenario do you think that's acceptable behavior? It's just mad. Anyhow. How is there blue in my brush? So for RoseCon next month, I will be... There's a little painting competition that they're doing. And they'll have everyone paint like a Stormcast of some sort. Probably a Liberator or something like that. And I'm just trying to come up with a way to paint it that's different. And it isn't going to take all day either, because like I know I'm somewhat slow in my painting. Yeah, bright colors is pretty much a given, but just trying to think of how. Something that won't take 6 years to do. I feel like just... Do I know the model? No, I don't. I mean, they said in the chat that it was going to be Sigmarites, but that doesn't really mean much to me, which, yeah, I don't know, when I asked them to elaborate, Chris said that it was going to be Stormcast of some sort, so yeah, I'm going to assume something like these guys. This is just black at the moment. But I don't know. Yeah, because those of you who've been here before probably know that I don't know much really about anything besides painting. But I feel like the phrase Sigmarite is not super descriptive in this sense. I don't think that it's not a specific model, is it? Like, when I googled it, it came up with the Sigmarite Brotherhood, but that really... But yeah, I'm sort of assuming it's going to be the same as the starter models that you can get from the stores. So blue or purple armor is your call. Could be interesting. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. I don't think I would do blue necessarily because it's too much ultramarine-y. Wink wink. A purple could be cool. But they're so universally like gold. Or at least silver. It's it feels weird. It's Karen. Hello, how are you? Oh, I love that emote. That's very cute. That does bring up the vibrancy. Again. Good, how I said I am not bad. I am doing alright. I'm just trying to work out how to get the wings to be more vibrant. Because after the dry brush, I felt like the pink was a little bit toned back. So at the moment, I am just giving them a wash, sort of, with some speed paint. Emote battle, you're bringing out the mechs. They are really cute. Look at them little walkies. Pepe! Let's go! Pepe pew pew. Beepo pew pew. Quite. Oh, TB. I like that one. Skull slider. The guitar. Notice me, senpai. Yeah. trying to work out that what it is. It's a wave. Oh, it's a very it's an emo like cat person or something with a red streak in their hair. Dance off. Oh, the shark. The left shark. What a meme. Oh, jeez. That lurk. More down the hamsters. Polar Bear Serenade. You know what? I actually do like how this is coming back up. It's not a huge difference, but it's enough. What are they? Like I was expecting to see like Goku and his spirit bomb, but it's not by the looks of it. They're so small you can't see them, not exactly. Do I also do 2D art? I used to. I haven't done it in a long time though. I used to just paint and draw. And I tried to get into digital painting for a while, but that didn't really gel with me. I struggled with that a lot. I immediately wanted to be good at it. The way I am with hobbies. If I'm not seeing super quick results of improvement, I lose hope, and I'm like, I have such limited time to spend on my hobbies. The time that I do spend on them, I want to actually enjoy and not feel like I'm fighting a losing battle. Do I watch anime? At the moment, not really. I used to, but again, I don't really have an awful lot of time, and I prefer to watch anime English subbed, which means I actually have to pay attention. Normally, if I put like a show on in the background when I'm painting, I can do that, and I can just listen to it and occasionally glance up. But if it's full-on Japanese, then I can't just have it on in the background because I won't know what's going on because I don't speak Japanese. Unfortunately. Time, you've been hanging to string with most of yourself instead. Yeah, exactly. It's so hard. It is so hard, and I wish I had more time. It's very easy to get sort of caught up in the not having enough time. But yeah, I suppose it's prioritizing. But at the moment I'm prioritizing my 3D painting, and it means that I can't watch anime the way I want to. You also watch dubbed? What's my favorite anime currently? Ooh, I mean, I'm pretty old, and I grew up with Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, so I'm still secretly like, I know there are better anime out there. Really like Bleach as well. What else did I like? I watched some Tokyo Ghoul. I enjoyed that as well. But I prefer the more happy-ish shows. I struggled a little bit to to keep watching Tokyo Ghoul. It felt a bit miserable. Like I can appreciate the art of it because it's an absolutely stunning show. It looks amazing. Yeah, they're the standard ones. Oh, Ghost in the Shell. Yeah, I mean that is proper classics. Akira, Ghost in the Shell. I just remember getting into anime when I was younger. This was it DVD time or was it VHS? I'm trying to remember if it was DVD or VHS. Either way, I was at a market one time with my dad at the time, and I don't really see my dad very often. And we walked past a store that sold, or like a stall that sold movies, and I saw something that looked like anime. So I got really excited, and I was like, oh, I want to buy that, so I bought that. And it was hentai, so that was interesting. Because I was considering I was like 14 or something like that. Great Teacher Onizuka. I have not watched that. Is it good? I believe you described it as a basic bitch anime viewer. Yeah, that's not wrong, to be fair. I am very basic bitch when it comes to my anime. I watched some One Piece, but mostly because I wanted to know what the Netflix show was about. But there's so much One Piece that I just couldn't really bring myself to start that. Peak funny anime, okay, I'm gonna have to watch that then. Great Teacher. Was it Onizuka? Hell's Paradise, alright. Is that funny or is it? One Piece. Yeah, not episode 970 exactly. It's just ridiculous. As much as I love it, it just like, oh God. So to start that kind of commitment now is like Hell's Paradise is like Flight Peak. I'm gonna have to watch GTO then because that sounds like something I might enjoy. Space-powered Ryoka etched into a meter-tall mirror, handmade and given. Wow, that's awesome. Okay. Noted. I mean, I know it's not anime, but it is animated. I really enjoyed Has Been Hotel as well. I'm really hoping that that's gonna get a second season. Which, in case you missed it, talking about the classic Tenchi. I saw you asked if I watched it, but I haven't, no. GTO is not very long at all. I wanted to go on because it's so good. Well, noted. I will have to give that a go at some point. I'm assuming it's probably on Crunchyroll, isn't it? Like all these things are. OVA or Tenchi Universe. Yeah, go for it. Give me a summary. Do I want yellow beak or beak? It's been real. Can't pretend to be able to be here and get your work done at the same time. Take care, Dekamad. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for a bit. College gang leader Onizuka becomes a teacher and attracts to girls as many young boys are. He's also used to be gang. Oh no. I think I've heard of that. I think I've heard of that show. I haven't watched it, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it like advertised somewhere or. So funny. I need to watch it. Okay, I will. I'll put it on the list, and next time I'm able to watch a show and actually watch it, I will give that a go, because that sounds like something that I might enjoy. Totally different way of teaching students. Well, sometimes you need a different way if the normal routes don't work. I better understand because he's also a notorious kid. Yeah, I think that's probably not a bad shout. Like, it's often teachers that get into teaching because they know how kids struggle. They're often the better teachers because they know what the kids are struggling with. A perfect student never has any issues, so it's hard to relate. Have I seen any movies made in Japan? I mean, most of the Ghibli studios I have watched, which feels like a bit of a cop-out because they are just amazing and I feel like everyone has seen them. Have I seen any movies made? Oh, like actual Japanese. I've watched some like young adult shows, like oh god, what was it called? Is it called Good Morning Kiss or something like that? And Nivian will know this. He's better at remembering these things than I am. There was two. Good Morning Call and Akira Kurosawa. Okay. Why do you think I would like that? Director of Double Goated. Okay. In what way? Good Morning Call and Maybe the other one was, maybe the other one was Korean, maybe? He's maybe a favourite of many known directors in this area. His movies like Seven Samurai are... Oh, okay. It does ring a bell. And I'm pretty sure I have seen Japanese movies. I'm just not really... I have a very bad memory, unfortunately. IMDb but rating doesn't matter, but still they are good. Okay, yeah, no, that's true. IMDb isn't really anything to go by a lot of the time. So there's a couple of IMDb very highly rated, same with Rotten Tomatoes, very highly rated movies that were actually absolute dog shit. Photography school tea. Oh, okay. I do feel like Japanese media tends to be more of an art form than Western media in that way. Until you watch it, you don't trust IMDb. No, I'm largely the same. I'm more interested in knowing, in checking, like, does the dog die? Because I don't watch anything in which the dog dies. Ever since getting caught out by Marley and Me, I don't ever. This is new. You completed a task faster than expected. Now you're just twiddling your thumbs. That's nice. What task was it? Overblood flying anime was because it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. It's like does the dog die.com or something like that. It's for people like me. It's a very useful website. Nivian tried to show me the Irish Eurovision entry. And that's a song about Laika, the dog that the Soviets sent into space. And it nearly made me cry because I couldn't imagine anyone wanting to send their dog into space. Shower and grooming for going out. Oh, yeah, that. You did do that quick, actually. How long do you have before you have to leave? Like giving a death penalty to a dog. Yeah, it is. So they didn't expect them to come back, so it's like my heart, man. I can't watch any of these like dog rescue videos either. I know they end well, but just the thought of anyone letting things get that far, or dogs ending up on the street and stuff, it just makes me so sad. Don't deal with it. That's yeah, exactly. You want a string between you and a partner and pup, and you all paint the same. I mean, if I think it takes an hour to get there, you're supposed to be there 11, so it's an hour of nothing. That's alright. You can cycle? Yeah, you could. Yeah, the dog would eat. Oh my god, you are amazing. Thank you. Oh, and a snack for George. Lucky little boy. Lucky George. Yeah, George would. if he wouldn't attempt to numb the model, he would attempt to numb the paint. Because he's a silly boy. Okay, that did bring up the pink a bit more. I need to do something with the blue as well then. It's weird seeing the room on camera after seeing it IRL, yeah. Well, you don't really see an awful lot because of the fade. And I can turn off the background blur, but I feel like, especially on the days that Nivian is in here. Yeah, too much emotional damage, I agree. I can't. I just can't. Just the thought of it is just... I imagine that's probably how it feels for like young mothers to watch anything with like where babies die and stuff. I've been told that that's particularly hard as well. So, how many licks does it take to get to the center of 40k model? That's more like how many crunches, but yes. I'm pretty sure he would gladly show you. Although normally when he steals one, he ends up just holding it in his mouth. He doesn't necessarily chew it. He did chew a, what are they called? Like, a marker. But it was a 3D printed one. We started your book. So far, so interesting. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Is it E33? Possibly. Yeah, it is. It's new then. How far in are you? $50 pages in. Oh, yeah, you've got... You have a lot left to go. Not so far as you're also reading 2 other books at the same time. Yeah, I know. I did just finish one of my books, but I'm also listening to an audiobook in the background, so not now, obviously, but like when I'm in the car. But I keep picking up your book and taking it to where I'm going to be sitting down for a while, and oh, I should pick that up in a minute, and then I haven't done it yet, but I will soon because I'm very curious. Oh, that's cool. There's a lot less comment in it. I mean, I'm always really excited to talk about the books that I enjoy, so when someone actually says, I want your comments in this book, you're going to get my comments in this book. I was afraid you sound silly, so I always hold back in comments. Yeah, I'm normally very similar. But when it's about books, I don't find it as difficult to talk about it. I don't often have anyone to talk to about books, so mostly because of the type of books that I normally read. Not easy to talk about with other people. People don't really read, it's insane. I read a lot. I feel like Kindle Unlimited was designed for people like me. Because I would go absolutely bankrupt if I had to buy every single book rather than borrowing them. Yeah, to me there's something very satisfying about reading a book because it's a combination of using your own fantasy and letting someone else's fantasy guide you, which I feel is a very nice way to consume media. And I know it's not for everyone, but it certainly is for me. Yeah, that's alright, I quite like that. After we're both finished, we can always hang out a little bit and talk about them. Yes, I think that'd be nice. I wonder how people that can't see images in their heads read books. I heard something the other day that absolutely insane to me. This was a woman who was saying on like some podcast. She said that she always really struggled to read books that were set in a setting that wasn't her like native language. She was like, "Oh yeah, I was reading a book about Scotland, like a book set in Scotland the other day, and it took me forever." And they were like, "Why did it take you forever?" She's like, "Oh, why? Because I have to do all the voices in Scottish. I'm not very good at Scottish." Yeah, exactly. And I was like, and apparently she's in her head talks out the entire dialogue. And if it's set in Scotland, then apparently she has to do it in Scottish, like her own like neurotic tick makes her do it in Scottish. And like, you are making life so much more difficult for yourself than it needs to be. Why would you put that? Oh man. But it was funny. Like that is dedication. It's a little bit insane, but it's dedication. You do that, but it does not make it difficult, just happens. Yeah, for her it made it difficult because she actually spent... Yeah, she was literally talking out the entire dialogue rather than just... Yeah, I don't know how... That's silly, she's silly. Yeah, I thought it was a bit silly, but... I mean, I can appreciate the dedication, but to me it sounds very frustrating. Because especially, like she was saying, if you're not very good at a specific accent, like I wouldn't be able to read any book because I can't do any accents. I'm terrible. At least she's reading, absolutely. But it felt like such a like almost like a setup for a dumb blonde joke. Like she could not understand why other people weren't doing that. Oh yeah, you mentally you can hear it, yeah, but I'm not like phrasing it out. Like if I read a book by Christopher Brookmyre, for example, he's a Scottish author who mostly writes like murder mysteries. He writes in Scottish. So sometimes you have to sound things out to be able to actually work out what he's saying. But yeah, you do that automatically then, rather than having to completely... Yeah, to me it just... It's kind of cute in a way, but it made me also like hugely uncomfortable for some reason. Very good books, by the way, if anyone wants to read murder mysteries. Brookmyre is a good one. Give her House of Leaves to read. Why? Mr. Red, how are you? Good afternoon. It's Banana. She will get stuck with the text that's going backwards and you need a mirror. Oh my god. That sounds both intriguing and like torture. Doing good getting pumped for... I am very much getting pumped for RoseCon, actually. Very excited. Trying to work out what I'll bring for paints and stuff for the Stormcast, because I haven't really painted any Stormcast before, and I kind of want to paint it in like a different way than everyone else paints them. So you've written your shopping list. I'm not sure yet. I'm still contemplating, and it's quite difficult for me because, like, on the one hand, like, I want to just go silly and just paint it. But how long are you giving yourself? Because I know Chris said, like, you can paint as long as you want, but obviously I don't want to particularly sit there the whole day and paint. But that would be like my almost automatic reaction. I would like to avoid feeling awkward. Oh, I'll just paint. You've entered a BB tourney, so you're not sure. Ah, right, yeah. No, I wasn't worried about Blood Bowl, so for me that's not really a factor. You got your army painted? I can't remember if it was you who put a picture in Chris's Discord, but... You don't think you'd enter a painting competition? There's only so much you can bring on a train. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, if you're also having to bring your entire Blood Bowl army, it's not quite as easy. I'm driving, so I can take a bit more, although I have to get it from the hotel to Firestorm. And I'm definitely not driving into Cardiff. I think I'll I'll get an Uber or something like that. Zombie sashimi! Thank you so much. You at Dwarf? No, I'm at Premier Inn Cardiff North. I really like the Premier Inns because I know what I'm gonna get. And zombie raid! Zombie raid! And I also quite like the idea of being out of the center a bit. How's it going, Zombie? How's your stream? Thank you so much for the raid. It's going good. Had a lot of fun starting on a bust. Oh, nice. Haven't done one in a while, and it's very cathartic. Which bust are you working on? Is it like one of the classic busts or something out of the ordinary? John Hancock, Cyberpunk bust from Big Child Creatives. Oh, awesome. I am not familiar with that sculpt, but it sounds really cool. Yeah, please, that would be amazing. I don't know if it will share into the stream chat, but if you share it, I can always reshare it if it doesn't. If Nightbot decides to throw a hissy. So I'll still be able to see what you've shared, so. Or you can put it on the Discord, that's also an option. Strayak, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I hope you are having a lovely day. Nice. I will relink. No, it's fine. Bonk. I should be able to. No, it's fine. I can put it in there because I can still see it. Oh, that is sick. That is a very nice model. Oh, and the NMM. Very cool. That is very nice. Still early days, but it's coming along. Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, these models take time, right? Like, I feel like I should be farther along on this model, and I'm really not. This isn't even a bust with lots of skin tone or non-metallic metals, so it's a slow process. We're entering into contests. I really want to do them justice. Yeah, of course. Which contest? Wings are looking great, thank you, I appreciate it. They were a little bit too pale for my liking after I dry brushed them, so I'm bringing them back up and making them a bit more vibrant, but it's slow going. Volkswagen contest in Japan. Oh wow. I didn't realise you were in Japan. Or are you sending in images? I'm not really sure if you're actually there in person or... You live in Japan? That's awesome. One of my friends has just been on a Japan holiday, and he sent me a Spirited Away light box thing and some key rings and stuff. It was very sweet of him to think of us when he was on a holiday of a lifetime, and bringing back stuff for little old me. So I'm looking forward to assembling that light box. It arrived today, so... You used to have a Ghibli store next to where you or near where you lived. Oh, awesome. That must be dangerous. I would be spending a lot of money there. All kinds of Ghibli stuff. Yeah. It's it's hard not to love those movies. Like we were talking about anime earlier, and inevitably the Ghibli movies were mentioned as well, because technically I suppose they are anime, not in the strictest sense of the word, but yeah, big fan. Like Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away must be like two of my favorite movies of all time, so it's hard not to be a fan. Yeah. Mr. Miyazaki really knows how to create some gems. Just about to ask which were your favorite. Yeah, those two. I also liked The Cat Returns and Kiki. But yeah, there's something really special about Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away, I feel. Just extra nice. Which one's your favorite? Really frustrating. All the Ghibli movies are free on Netflix, but not really? Could you use a VPN? That is crazy that they're not available in Japan. Yeah, Spirited Away is just... Yeah, there's something really special about that movie. Yeah, you shouldn't have to though, like especially in Japan. Like you should be able to watch your bloody natural treasures. It's yeah, it's a bit crazy. Was your first Ghibli? Mine as well. I think Princess Mononoke was my second. And then Howl, I believe. Still a premium, yeah. It doesn't surprise me really, because they are classics, but considering you can watch them for free on Netflix everywhere else, you should be able to. You should be able to watch them on Netflix at least. It feels wrong that you can't in Japan. Oh, I'm glad. I always worry that it's a bit of a like a Japanese export. All the stupid gaijin love the Ghibli studio movies, while we watch other amazing stuff. But I'm glad that it's they're as beloved in Japan as they are, well, in the rest of the world, I guess. Come on TV on the regular, yeah. It's like how they show certain movies a lot around Christmas here. Far more beloved in Japan, if I can believe, because I imagine a lot of the magic gets lost in translation, and a lot of people watch them either dubbed, which I find absolutely abhorrent, or subbed, and subtitles also don't fully capture everything. You know what? It actually makes me really happy that they're as popular in Japan as they are. Well, over here, I guess. I don't know if they do things like knighthoods and stuff in Japan. I believe Imperial Japan is a bit of a black stain on history. But I imagine that if they did something like that, Mr. Miyazaki would receive a knighthood. Good example of stuff lost in translation or culture in a spirited way, which squishes the bug. And yeah, the fingers thing. Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. But Emperor is slightly more. Yeah, slightly different. I guess slightly different from a monarchy still. But yeah, the ick thing. That is very Japanese. That's not something that they do in the Western world. Because they do the ick thing again in. I'm just trying to think now. You've got Zubaba and Yubaba. I'm just trying to remember which one is which. But in the sisters' cabin, the the mouse and the bird do the whole finger chop thingy as well. Zeniba and Yubaba. That was what it was. So Zeniba is the sister then. Yeah, that's true. Japanese are also basically Emperor's time as ruler. Is that still the dynasties thing? Or dynasties, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but... I guess that's Chinese more? I know very little about Japanese politics. Did you move there or are you Japanese? Also, if you have to go, I completely understand. You don't have to stay if you're looking to wrap up your stream stuff. Every time there's a new emperor, the year gets reset on a national holiday for his birthday change. Really? I didn't know that. That's cool. You moved there about 15 years ago. Wow. I imagine you're enjoying it, otherwise you wouldn't still be there. I don't know how well I would function with the societal rules and stuff. If I have to get off as it's getting over 1 a.m. Ouch. Yeah. Family here and everything. Oh, nice. Well, I'll let you go. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the insight. I've learned something new today, and I enjoyed learning it because it was awesome. Thank you. Thanks. We'll get there eventually. It's gonna take a while, but I'm a patient person. Well, I'm not really. Yeah, I suppose I am. Patient enough. Have a nice night. Sleep well. And again, thank you for the raid. Bye bye. Professor Grimm, how are you? How are you doing? I hope you're having a lovely day today. Back from ads, welcome back. Weird that you got... thank you. Weird that you got ad as you started. Normally, I mean, it's not supposed to give you an ad on start. Hi Jen, you alright? Oh, you've been lurking. Yeah, that probably, yeah. That makes sense. How have you been? Yeah. I am not bad, thank you. I am having a pretty good time painting this model. I'm trying to bring the vibrancy back a bit from after the dry brushing, which for some reason always dulls down the colours for me, and I'm not really sure why. I need to look into that, because it's not enjoyable to watch your colours go from popping bright to slightly dull. Looks cool. Thanks. I'm having a good time. It's quite a fun model, and I enjoy painting feathers. Even if most people will probably tell me I'm absolutely bananas for at the moment painting them all individually. Like, I know. Dry brushing. But the dry brush lost me the color. You also started the big quetzalcoatl? I thought it was a... Quetzalcoatl? Can't remember now how it's... But yeah, it's awesome. You did yellow fur not too long ago, never again. Yellow fur is... Whew. Did you go pink first and then yellow on top, or did you go straight yellow? What did you do yellow fur on? You didn't because you're a masochist, apparently. Oh god. Which yellow did you use? Or which yellows, probably. Oh, Kitsune, awesome. So you probably ended up something like Adorn Yellow. Or did you keep it more vibrant? Just Citadel paints, yeah. I do like Citadel paint, I just don't like the pots it comes in. I have no issue with Citadel paints otherwise. Although the consistency changes, the color changes are a little bit annoying. Oh, sorry, let me do that one. I can copy that and paste. Bonk. Let me have a look. That's really cool. Oh, that's the kitsune. That makes sense. I thought it was like an actual fox, but it's a girl kitsune. You did good though. You did good on that yellow. That's a good tail. Good set of tails. So much yellow. Yeah, yellow is one of the more difficult colors to get to look nice. I feel anyway. Yeah. And I think I'm not the only one. I'm pretty sure yellow is one of these colors that people tend to struggle with a lot. Right, that brought the vibrancy back a lot. It's nice. Thinking I might do something with the other wings as well, the other feathers, but let's put some gold on these little thingies first. Give myself a nice synthetic brush. Ow, finger between my chair and the desk. Knocking things over. Right. Like, I'm still contemplating putting like a splatter of sorts on these wings, but I'm also worried that if I do and I don't like it, that I'm gonna have to redo it. What have I been doing lately? Well, that depends. Painting wise, activity real life wise, painting wise, I have been painting this guy mostly on stream. I spent a little bit of time last night going back to Lady Celestine, because she still needs to be finished, even if I don't want to paint her non-metallic metal because I can't be bothered. It's been raining all week and it's just been gloomy as hell. Your motivation kind of wonky because of it. I always get more motivated to stay in and paint if it's raining. But my overall mood is always better when it's sunny, so it's a bit of a catch-22 really. Like, do I want a good mood or do I want to paint? Or both. In general, yeah, what I've been doing, God, I don't feel like an awful lot, to be honest. Just been working. We had the meetup last week, which was really good. Yeah, work. You've had to work all week, by the time you get home you just want to veg instead. Yeah, I am very much the same. I hardly ever paint on work days because I just can't make myself. Which feels a bit silly because I absolutely love painting and it gives me energy and it makes me happy. But work takes so much out of me that I just don't... Yeah, I don't really feel like doing anything after work. Kind of depressing, really, when you think about it. What about you, Jen? What have you been up to? You try to do an hour of hobby time if you can after work to make yourself feel like you made some progress. Yeah. I'm just so tired after I get home. I'm so tired, and I feel like by the time I get back and I've made dinner and everything, it just doesn't feel like I have any time left. I'll sort the dog out, take him for a nice walk and stuff, and just kind of, yeah. But an hour every day is really good. Thank you so much for the resub. That is, you're too good to me. Sometimes it doesn't work out. No, of course. Oh God, I'm like stuck on my. You understand that your week has been similar. After work, you haven't really felt like doing much. Game with mostly relaxing, watching some anime, falling asleep on the sofa. Yeah, most welcome. Interesting model. Yeah, it's very fun. He's kind of crazy, to be honest. BDP, White Wolf, how are you? Another successful print from the Saturn III. Well done. So it was the FEP then that was the issue. More like you get 2 days out of the week. If you get more than that, then you're happy. Yeah. Yeah, I would be. Yeah, for me it really helped to get the stream in there during the week. So on Wednesdays I've got my I have a stream, so I have to. And do dodgy Russian files, yeah, probably also. What did you print? The second time, I mean? The first time was a test print thing, like a spiral thing, wasn't it? Would have to take walks when really cold and wet the last couple of days, yeah. Some other forest basic bits. We are getting so much use out of these forest basing bits. You should go through some of the files that Kian sent you. I would love some stone ruins. If you're looking for stuff to print, that is. Other than the big plane. You're getting a hand on Elego Mars for $100. That's amazing. Oh shoot. It's a small one. I know next to nothing about 3D printing other than what I've sort of absorbed through osmosis whilst Nivian has been printing. Base Mars and Mars 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the Pro Ultra versions. Jeez. That's a lot of Mars. You'll be doing research on a PC laptop that you can get for it. Yeah, still here. It'll say on the front of it. Oh, that's good to know. Wait a minute, my tea. Yeah, it was being a right pain in the bum, wasn't it, originally? A monster built her PC, a laptop. It's just a cheap Chromebook. At the moment you don't have a PC or a laptop, you only have a phone and a tablet. My finger's actually healing up really well. I, for the first time, showered without a glove on earlier today. And that felt really weird. But yeah, it's healing up well. Like, I am cautiously optimistic that I might actually get my nail back. At least partially. So, fingers crossed. It's gonna take ages, obviously, but it seems to be going the right direction anyway. You were expecting months of recovery, any nerve problems? No, I can feel stuff with it. Like, it's not as sensitive as my other fingers are. It just feels slightly uncomfortable at the moment when I touch stuff with it. It feels a little bit like, not quite like exposed nerve. Although it does when I knock it. Like if I hit it against something, yeah, I've got like shooting pain up my arm as if I've like grabbed electric wire or something like that. But it's healing up really quickly. So you're going to need to for some reason a laptop that would work out because a PC would take up more space than a laptop 100%. You brought home a Japanese Damascus steel kitchen knife that's beyond sharp, and anytime you use something extra careful, don't be stealing my thunder. Now you would fucking take your entire finger off. You can do circumcision with that. Nice. You have a frostbite scar on your middle finger. It took forever for it to close. Yeah, it's still like still not normal skin, if that makes sense. But it's 100% better than I was expecting. Because when I cut it off, I was like, okay, well, this is my life now. I have a hideous finger now for the rest of my life. But I seem to have pretty decent healing for someone, so... Like in the same way that when the cat fell on my face off the wardrobe that was next to the bed at the time, and I was asleep and he landed claws out, 6 kilos of cat on my face. He cut my nose and my lip with his back leg. Obviously entirely accidental. He didn't mean to, and he hasn't got a bad bone in his body, so he wouldn't even have thought of doing something like that. But the scar of that is barely visible now. You can only see it if I like if I like tense my lip and you get really close. So yeah, I seem to heal fairly well, which is a blessing, I guess. Yeah, Alfie is a silly boy. He tried to... This was probably in the week after we got him. And he'd been hiding under bookcases and wardrobes and stuff the first few weeks. So we were in bed, we were asleep, and I had my my travel case on top of the book, on top of the wardrobe next to the bed, and he tried to jump on top of the wardrobe. Didn't quite make it. Pulled the suitcase down on my head and landed with his claws out on my face. It's a great way to wake up. No, I can see your facial scars unless you point them out, yeah. She's got mutant healing factor Black Wolverine painting. Yeah. Not a nasty bone in his body, but he will bite your toes if you have bare feet and he wants food. That's true. He does do that. He will follow you around and, like, nibble on your toes if he gets a chance, which is kind of funny, but also really painful because he will bite, but not mean bite. It's not an angry kind of thing. It's just like, if I bite this, they respond. It's a very silly cat, in case anyone hadn't confirmed. Looks at Holly. Oh, the bare feet, yeah. Yeah, I almost never see Holly with socks on. But then if I had a size 3 feet or whatever tiny feet she has, I probably wouldn't be wearing socks very often either. I love walking around barefoot, but my feet are not cute. This just took a while. He was behind due to the hot water issue. Gonna make real food. Awesome. God, there's so many fiddly bits on this model. Ah! Feet don't need to be cute to be barefoot. Walk around barefoot all the time. You have big wide feet. Nothing cute, but it's more comfortable. I hate socks too. They are horrendous. It's the first thing I take off when I get home. It's my socks. I know, I look after my feet. I like scrub them and nail polish and stuff like that. I don't want to be that person with the icky feet. Did some housework, feeling a little. Oh no! You'll still walk George and do dinner. Oh, okay. Do I like fiddly? Fiddly? Spend a lot more time without socks than you do with advantage of work from home. Yeah. I just get really cold feet. So I usually have to wear socks or slippers, but it tends to be like big fluffy socks instead at home because they're more comfortable. Anything that's tight around my ankles is just horrible. Is Tom gonna do Mythic Plus instead then, Nick? Or is Feldir stepping in? like it when you don't feel well. Oh, fiddly bits on the model. Yeah, I do like the details. Sorry, yes, I do like fiddly. I'm not a huge fan of fiddly metallics. But that might be more because I don't really want to change. I don't really want to change golds because I use the speed paint gold on the armor plating. But it's way more runny than normal paints, normal metallics. So it's a bit tricky to apply on these tiny fiddly bits. Message Jack because Kev is offline. Oh shit, of course, yeah. I play at least 2 other nights a week that I may skip, yeah. For some reason I thought it was Wednesday, I don't really know why. I think you got something down deep after getting a sewing needle. Ooh. Yeah, we where I grew up as a kid, we always had to wear slippers in the house because the floor in there was old wood planks, and not like nice hardwood polished, but splintering planks for some reason. So walking around on that, you would get so many splinters. So yeah, always had to wear slippers in the house. Because socks wasn't enough, it would just go straight through them. I think we had spare slippers for if we had friends come over for play dates and stuff, because it would destroy feet. Wednesday, brother. It's long weekend. You always feel a bit puppy after you cross the Suffolk border. Yeah, that's true. But it's been a while. It's last week. I just want to get these gold bits done before movie night. I'm trying to just power through and not miss any. But who knows? But yeah, you get post travel crud, don't you? It seems to have skipped me this time. I normally feel icky right with you, but at the moment I am okay. Just a bit poopy. Sir paracetamol, I'm monging in bed for a bit, we'll get rid. Now I've jinxed it. No, I think I would have had the travel crud sooner. I might get a different crud. That's not not out of the question, but Florida's ill, she has 2 settings, completely fine or completely written off for a week. This is true. Yeah. It's like I can either cope or I can't, and if I can't, it's it's usually bad. Is the written off due? Perhaps. I hope not, because I can't really afford to take time off work. I do not get sick pay, so. Other than statutory, obviously. I used to not get sick at all. I used to have a really good track record of not getting sick at all. But, that was when I was exposed to a lot more ick in my daily life, so you kind of have to build up an immunity. This was when I worked in a shop. You just end up with, well, when you're handling money, you either you either live or you die, right? It's so nasty. Money is disgusting. Like I used to be able to, like after, when I finally got round or was able to like have my lunch, I used to be able to, if you rub my fingers together, just little rolls of gunk from all the coins and stuff that we had to handle. Makes you really neurotic about hygiene. During COVID, you were only sick once. It was fantastic, yeah. Going back to work on social events post-COVID, you get sick more often than pre-COVID. Yeah, I think that's true. I think I have the same. I guess 2 years of not being exposed to anything, and then coming back and being exposed to things again. It's not very good for well, anything really. Okay. Lovely goes not having to see people. Not having to see people, not having to breathe in or touch other people's ick. Supermarkets were amazing for 2 years' time. I loved not having to shop around other people. That was great. Well, I don't know if I have. I think I did, but well past the actual COVID window where everyone else was having it. I think we got it, was it like 6 months ago? When was it, when we were both really poorly and just coughing for like ages? That was not fun, that one. Well, we didn't test, so we can't really tell if it was COVID. I think also by this stage the COVID had evolved so much that it wasn't necessarily COVID anymore, or not the original one that all the tests showed up. After the cruise, yeah, that was what it was. Yeah, 99% sure with COVID, yeah. Yeah, it was awful. It was awful. It was really horrible. Let's have a little looky-loo to see who is on at the moment, where I can send us. We have Jace, Celica, and Thijs. There can be only one. What is Jace working on and what is Thijs working on? We'll have a look. Dragon Wings. Dragon Wings from Thijs. You wouldn't be surprised if you've had it. You can't test. Why can you not test? You could get a test kit, or you could have. Well, you can't test now, but you could have tested then, I suppose. Let's go give Jace some love because he's doing an anniversary stream, which is kind of cool. Right. I have a movie night to get to, so I am going to... You know you've got to go 2 or 3 times. It isn't bad considering you worked right the way through and you had over 100 COVID tests. Oh jeez, wow. Indeed, Black Dog Raid. I don't know what that one. You can't stay still on the involuntary movements. Well, you could just take your mouth ones. Yeah, thank you all very much for hanging out with me today. I have had a lovely stream. I am going to create a raid and we'll go head over to Jace in a minute. He is, yeah, getting stuff done by the looks of it, working on his RoseCon Blood Bowl team, so that should be fun. Thank you all very much. See you soon. I'll be back on Wednesday, and yeah, have a lovely rest of your day. Bye bye.